I have entered the room now. The fun can begin, me hearties. Welcome to Very Real Talk, everybody.
Wow.
For another week. Just leaning into that pirate speak, I think. I think I've really caught fire with the me hearties thing. So I'm gonna stick to that. That might be showing up a lot more. I just feel really good when I say me hearties. So, welcome to Very Real Talk, everybody.
What is a Hardee? Me Hardee's.
I'm saying
Nice.
hello to my Hardee's burger.
Give me those chicken fries.
Yeah,
or
I've
whatever.
entered the room. The fun has begin. This is my Hardee's. You guys cannot have any. I'm showing people me Hardee's.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. That seals it. It's definitely... We're getting closer to finally coming to a solid catchphrase that I'll use for the rest of the episodes throughout time of this podcast, which I'll say again is Very Real Talk. I'm your host, Nick Potter. I have my friends with me here to talk real to you, just like always. The first boy I'm going to talk to, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going my brother, Joey Potter.
I am his brother, Joey Potter.
When he enters the room, he tries to steal my Hardee's.
I try to go to bed because this is where I sleep.
He's like, Nick, get your smelly Hardee's out of here. I don't want any.
This is me rallies. All right?
Joey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, you have to kill one from time and space forever. Either Pirates of the Caribbean 2 or Anchorman 2. Which one are you killing? Because keep in mind, Anchorman 2 just doesn't need to exist.
Yeah.
But if you kill Pirates 2, you take all that money away from Johnny Depp that he made from the rest of the Pirates movies.
Yeah, and
So-
then he got fired from...
Yeah, so you got to think about what that does to his legacy and how many bracelets he could afford if he didn't do all
Johnny
those.
Depp's legacy.
Yeah,
Probably should have died before Pirates 2.
yeah.
I don't know, because, Pirates 2, that's the one with fucking Squid Face.
Yeah, Squid Face. It's a great one.
Yeah, it's the second best one. I don't know,
Probably.
Yeah.
3 was, 2 hours too long.
Yeah, for sure. Just give me the fight on that stupid wheel and then end it.
Yeah, or was that 2? I think that was 2.
2 was the wheel, dude.
Oh, okay.
3 was the whirlpool, which is
Yeah.
sort of like a wheel.
Yeah.
Where
It's a
they're
water
like,
wheel.
They're like, let's bring together 2 giant armies. Oh no, we're 3 hours into this movie and $300 million in debt.
Yeah.
Whirlpool, 2 ships will
They were
fight.
like, guess what? She's going to turn into a goddess. Oh, wait, it's just crabs. And then it makes a whirlpool.
Yeah, she turns into the giant lady from Dude, Where's My Car?
Yep.
I don't know, because, yes, Anchorman 2 doesn't need to exist.
Yeah.
But I still found joy in it because those characters were fun. Obviously they had to one-up, the news team fight.
Sure.
And I think they did it pretty effectively.
I think so, too. I think they did it so over the top that that's where it had to go.
Yeah, where it's like, oh no, another one. And then it keeps going, and then it keeps going. You're like, all right, I get it. And then it keeps going and keeps going. And, Will Smith is there or something.
Yeah,
and you're just
right.
like, all right,
Harrison
you got
Ford
me, you got
turns
me.
into a werewolf.
Yeah. And you're like,
And
the
my
ghost.
thing, I'm laughing because I'm like, how the fuck did they convince Harrison Ford to do this?
Yeah.
He wore a T-shirt in the new Blade Runner because he was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
But they got him to be weird as fuck.
Yeah. And there's a ghost of a Southern general that sucked people's souls out.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly. Yeah. Okay. So are you killing Johnny Depp's gravy train?
I think so.
Okay.
Because, maybe then his fame would have died down. He wouldn't have got with Amber Heard, and then there wouldn't be that mess going on with those two right
Yeah,
now.
justice for
You're
Johnny
trying to
Depp.
save him is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, or her, or him. I'm not trying to take a stance.
Right now it's him.
Right now
it's
it's him.
switched hard.
Yeah,
right
we're
Yeah.
trying
now.
to save him.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm sorry, Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
The first 2 were okay. If you would have said 3, I would have been much more quick to jump on it.
Sure.
But I can't. That I think they're still making more.
Yeah. Just
Is there
without
another
J.
one
Depp.
coming out? Yeah. Anchorman, that's one of those movies that you can't really be that mad at. Kind of like a lot of newer Adam Sandler movies where it's just he gets his 5 friends and they take a fucking camera and they go to
They go on vacation.
they go on vacation, and you're just if you're into those people, you're just watching them have fun, cut up with each other, and have a mediocre movie going experience, but you can't really be angry that it exists. Same thing with Anchorman's 2. You just
Okay.
get all those people together and just have fun.
I'm angry that Anchorman 2 came out 10 years after the first
Yeah.
one because that style of comedy was dead.
Now,
Yeah,
Nick, if
when
you
it
would have
came
said
out.
Zoolander 2, I'd say burn that in a
Yeah.
fucking fire.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck
I
it.
never
I
even seen it?
I never
You've seen
watched it.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Then that's so much. It's interesting your level of hate
Yeah.
because I have seen it and it deserves even more than that. It was like
Oh wait, I did watch it. I forgot.
it made your brain hurt because it
Yeah.
would just like cut to a scene that didn't involve the rest of the movie and it'd be like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds a lot worse than Anchorman 2.
Oh, it was
And
much worse.
I hold Zoolander in a much higher regard. Like, I fucking love Zoolander.
Oh man, I hold Anchorman to a higher regard for sure.
Fuck you.
Anchorman.
It's in the
changed-
computer?
Yeah.
Changed comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got the
Zoolander's
blue, you
great.
got
I'm not
Blue
saying it's
Steel. You have what is this? A model for ants.
Right.
You know,
Guess
all
what?
that
They
shit
do
that
all
I-
those jokes again
I
in
know.
the sequel. But unlike Anchorman, they just keep repeating them. There's a lot of, you said the joke, like it's a lot of like, I say the joke and it's get it at the camera and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Remember when we did
At
this
the,
before?
you want to know what the end of Zoolander 2 is? They do the ninja star thing again,
the
and then he
Magnum.
does the look again, but then he's not strong enough, and so he's like struggling with his telekinetic
Oh,
powers.
God.
So then Sting is there for some
Yes.
reason, and he turns out to be Owen Wilson's dad. And then Owen Wilson and Sting both do a look, which creates like their blue energy
This
telekinetic
sucks.
thing. But this is all happening over like 15 minutes. And then Sting and Owen Wilson are just like slowly levitating something with their look. And they're like, oh, you got it. Oh, thanks. I've got it. Okay. Oh, let's go over here. Oh, it just like keeps going, and you think like, okay, it's about to wrap up, it's about to wrap up, it's about to wrap up, and it's like, ooh, now we're looking harder, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I'm glad
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Yeah, the guy that's been saying all those words, I'm going to introduce him right now. It's my good friend, Collin Sage.
What's up, Colin Beige here?
Collin Beige, because he's so plain. Collin, I got a question for you, like I always do. What style of glasses do you think I should get? I'm thinking about getting glasses because I can't see anything. You're just a blob. I
Definitely.
drove us here.
Oh. And you're driving us home.
Yep, in the dark.
Good thing I'm drinking.
Yeah. Do you think I should go with something like Joey or something round, square? What do you
Joey
think?
has some very nice glasses because they're very just regular, which
Yeah.
is the kind of glasses that I enjoy.
Yeah, they're like rectangular box frames, like the thick kind of box frames
They're
that
not-
everyone
they're
has
not
now.
too thick or
They're not too thick.
rectangular.
They're actually like a metal frame, so it kind of slims it down a little bit, but it keeps the look.
Yeah.
That's so synonymous with glasses now.
Right.
So honestly, getting something that is different, you're gonna look weird.
I'm going to say you need to go harder than Joey and either go extreme rectangular,
Yeah.
thick, like SpongeBob SquarePants
Yeah.
type glasses, or some John Lennon's.
Oh, okay.
And wear them like on the bridge of your nose, but they're
Whoa.
perfectly round.
Okay. Get
Oh,
some
like
Morpheus.
Oh, yeah, get some Morpheus glasses. Maybe they don't even have the part that goes around to your ears.
Yeah.
They just,
They just
sit.
have to sit. I have to balance them on my nose.
Dude, that sounds dope.
That's pretty
I'd learn a
dope.
new skill. Like I'd be so balanced.
It would trash your nose.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
just the way it pinches, but you can't smell anything anyway, dude.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't smell anything. You're already married.
You're
You-
built for this.
Yeah.
Just fuck your nose. You know.
Just glue them to your face.
Can you graft these onto my nose, please?
Or, the ultimate glasses, monocle.
Yep.
Or, like I like to say, double monocle. Do
Double
a double
monocle.
monocle.
Double monocle.
I want to
And then-
just get those theater-going binoculars.
No, so you get double monocles, right? But the chains that come down also double as wallet chains.
Whoa!
So you're double the fancy, so you need double the wallets,
Yeah.
so people know.
Yeah. Should I use my casual wallet or my other casual wallet?
That's like what you
Then
hum
you have to
yourself
get
as you
two IDs,
skip
which
down
I'm
the
pretty
street.
sure is a federal offense. Two of the same credit card, which I don't think you can do.
Yeah.
And then keep the exact same amount of cash in
Cash
each
in
of
it,
them.
as always.
Yeah.
Whoa. And 2 social security cards.
Yep.
And go ahead and just laminate them both.
Yep.
Why not? You're already breaking the rules.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thanks, guys. for helping me with my fashion trend, my new fashion statements.
If the little chain that like it's the wallet chain, but if it can like turn into those like chains from the early 2000s that you get at the mall kiosk.
Okay.
That, like every bro had, like if we could turn into that like halfway up, and that's what
like
the monocle hangs on.
like the little Abercrombie necklaces.
No, I'm talking about like it was like metal chains that all the dudes had,
yeah,
but it was like square kind of links.
Yeah,
and they all looked they were the same.
Yeah, the 2000s sucked, and we all know it. All right, guys, we have for you again this week another fun topic. Let's move into it right about now. Guys, there's a ton of media out there, right? We're living in the golden age where every single streaming service has a bunch of new content all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Content's just coming at us. And sometimes things get left by the wayside.
Yeah.
Either because they didn't make enough money, their financials didn't do so hot, or a myriad of other reasons. The actors are too busy or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I thought today we would talk about things that we think deserve an extension to the story, sequels, if you will, or some sort of extension, things that didn't quite end right, or things that we just want to see more of. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff out there that you're like, man, that was great. I wish there was just a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, this is just as we always do, like just open forum. We'll just throw stuff out there and talk about it. Because there's a bunch of stuff that I think there has merit to exist beyond what already exists.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw the first one out there because you guys already know what it is. You listeners probably already know what it is. Speed Racer 2.
Yeah, obviously we need more adventures in that world.
Yeah, because
we need more speed. We need another racer.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, we do. Because like. Yeah, sure. The plot of Speed Racer, it was just a simple, wholesome story about like family, and then like the antagonist of corruption and greed,
letting the past die,
and forging your way ahead and stuff like that. But mixed with just it's one of the coolest visuals like I've seen in a big budget film.
Yeah, man, the cool car races are where it's at.
Yeah.
They're so inventive and fun and bright and colorful.
And it does that thing that it kind of marries cool visuals with hype.
Yeah.
Where, you cut to Emil Hirsch, rest in peace.
To his career.
And he just has to give like just little one-liners, and you're just like, it just digs into that emotion. But yeah, man, those visuals, you're never seen anything fucking like that since. You probably won't see it again because it failed.
Yeah.
You have like the one of the most fucking true like anime to live action.
Right.
Everything's in focus and like all this kind of weird thing that it was just it's kind of off-putting, but it's just man, it's so fucking
I bet
cool.
we'll see a reboot at some point.
Maybe, but my thing is like the Wachowskis like had that vision.
Yeah.
And they drove that forward, and I feel like if it was made by anybody else, it might not be as good, but also at the same time now, since it's been 11 years.
Oh my god.
Maybe 12. I can't remember if it was 2008 or 2009. You might get some people that are inspired by the Wachowskis that have that kind of vision to move it forward. But Speed Racer 2.
Let me tell you, there is a movie that's just like it that has a bunch of visuals and a young man saying a bunch of one-liners. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Just saying. Just saying they got that kid Jake Lloyd in there. And he's like, I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Yeah. Now this is pod racing.
Yeah.
Pod
now
racing.
This is speed racing.
Pod racing was cool, but it's not Speed Racer.
Right.
And don't try to fucking tell me any different, because I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
We'll see
but
it
speaking of speed,
eventually.
I'm going to go ahead and call it now. I really wish Sonic 2020 had a sequel. It's not gonna. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. If fucking Detective Pikachu, well, that might get a sequel. It's just, I'm calling it now. And then you can come to me in like 5 years when I don't care and like shout at me on the streets.
Yeah.
You can, yeah. But I will say in that vein, my first pick is also a Jim Carrey movie.
Oh.
And he's also acting silly.
Okay.
The Mask.
Oh, man, you want a Mask sequel.
There was supposed to be one, and there never was.
Why did you do that to us?
I don't know. I don't remember if I read about it. I don't remember if Jim Carrey was just like, nah, or he got too busy, or what happened.
I mean, that was around all of his, big movies, so.
Right, but they were like, The Mask was so hot that they
Right.
were like, we're all the money. Here we go, and then it just didn't happen.
Well, I know, we did get The Mask, too. It just had Jamie Kennedy and a baby in it.
It doesn't count. Similarly, we got a Mask cartoon that was out for a little bit as like the sequel, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Similarly, even though this is going to be a little controversial, Ace Ventura, there was a sequel, which was great, or maybe not. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah. I never watched either of those movies.
Kind of supposed to be a third one,
Uh-huh.
and then he was like, "Nah, I'm done with this character," and then they made a cartoon.
Man, you know what's crazy is I watched the cartoon recently. It's trash. It's absolute
Oh,
trash.
I bet it is. And that's such a shame because the young me that loved the Mask also loved Ace Ventura and was like, "Give me more, give me more." And they were like, "Here comes more." And then Jim Carrey's like, "Nah,
Yeah,
I want to do the number 23."
I mean, I have another one. I know, Nick, you haven't got to talk yet, but I have another one in
okay, I'll
a
just sit
similar
here.
vein that was kind of planned, rumored, and then just kind of dissipated. And it might seem a little weird, but I would have liked to see Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, give him control back. Don't make him shove Venom in there again.
Yeah,
and
'cause
see what he can do.
that almost seems like the Christopher Nolan thing. You do one for them, then you do one for you, one
Right.
for them, one for you. Spider-Man 3 was one for them.
Yeah, for sure.
So it seemed like maybe the fourth one was going to be one for him.
Yeah.
You wanted Vulture in there. And honestly, nowadays, I kind of shit on the Raimi verse. But it's more in Hamsight than anything. I said Heim.
Hamsight.
More in Hamsight. I'm having some Hamsight right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry. Yeah, like it just would have been fucking weird. Like Sam Raimi's Vulture.
Yeah.
What?
He still would have gotten Michael
That
Keaton.
would maybe like
No, it's supposed to be John Malkovich,
Oh
right?
yeah, it was. Which
Yeah.
he is a vulture.
Yeah.
I am a vulture.
It would have been fucking weird.
Yeah.
and fit into what he had built and everything like that. Like that would have been cool to see.
It would have been interesting. Would he push harder into like the what the fuck of the third one, or would he been like, because of the weird backlash, been like, okay, let's regroup?
I don't think he's even mad at the backlash because I imagine he was dead asleep through Spider-Man 3's filming.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if he's doing another one, like, what direction does he go in?
Yeah.
Is he changed because of 3?
Right.
Because 1 and 2, it's like bop bop, we got him, we got 1, boom, we got 2, boom, and then 3 was so different,
Yeah.
good or bad,
Threw a lot of like character arc out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I
that
think that's
bullshit.
its biggest sin, man. Is the fact that they were just like, anyway, someone else killed Uncle Ben. Like,
Yeah, it was
what
just
the
like
fuck?
Right, because Spider-Man didn't really have anything to do in that. Like, in the first 2 movies, he definitely has character arcs where he's like, I'm becoming a hero, power and responsibility, and then living with that and trying to balance your life in the second one, and him
don't know,
deciding
man.
not to be Spider-Man.
I think Venom would have been enough. Him just of feeling like, oh, maybe if I get stronger or whatever, and then being corrupted.
Yeah.
Similar
Even
dark side
Venom
stuff.
Venom and New Goblin, no Sandman.
Yeah, we don't need
New
to
Goblin
add-
kind of sucked, but it was the arc that
It was the arc.
It was the
It made
arc. It
sense.
was there already.
If he just would have not had that fucking snowboard.
And called him Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Just be Hobgoblin. Just be the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, and that's kind of the sins of the old superhero movies, like the older superhero movies, is like they're like, he's the Hobgoblin, but he's not. He's a new goblin. We're
Right,
gonna-
because we didn't want to say that.
Yeah, it's just like, because what the fuck is the Hobgoblin?
We don't
But
want to lean into it.
now the MCU can be like, that's the fucking Hobgoblin, and
And
you're
everyone's
like,
like,
yes. But
and
you
his
know,
costume is almost the same as like the shitty comic books.
but
Yeah.
maybe Doctor Strange 2 will just be a stealth Spider-Man 4.
Whoa, let's get Toby in there.
Yeah, I'm not. Is that confirmed?
No,
I
not
heard
yet.
rumors, but everybody like has now taken it as fact in these last couple of weeks.
Right.
Well, I guess I
I'm
get
not
so
sure.
excited.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be interesting. Okay, let me go ahead and go, guys.
What you got? What you got?
I'm going to shout out all my brown coats out there. Let's get fucking Firefly 2.
Yeah,
Let's just do
I mean,
another one.
Serenity, like
Yeah. Let's do Firefly 2, Serenity 2. Let's get it. Let's do another season and another movie. Forever.
Never seen it.
Oh, any of it?
Don't know anything about it, and I'm worried at this point if I go watch it, it will have been too long since it came out, so it'll be really dated. And everyone's built up the hype so much that I'll just be like,
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, the effects are dated for sure.
but it's cowboys in space. I mean,
Yeah.
do you have any affinity for Nathan Fillion?
I
Since
love
you
Nathan
haven't
Fillion so
seen
much.
Firefly?
Do you have any affinity for Dr. Horrible Sing Along Blog 2?
No,
which
that's-
is another one we'll talk about in a minute.
that's
Yeah.
why my beer is on your Dr. Horrible.
I noticed that when we started
right
recording.
now because I
Piece of shit.
despise that movie.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay. Anyway, fucking, yeah, at least Serenity 2. Like,
yeah,
let's
granted,
get one more movie.
Like Joss Whedon took a fucking just machete to the cast because he knew it was
he got
the
rid of a
end.
couple characters, but
Yeah.
like it's still I would still like to hang out with those people, man. I think you should really watch it, Colin. I think it's great.
Because it's only 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's only 13 episodes. I think the movie is also really good. They actually put some money into it. It looks good, and it didn't lose any of its like charm from the series.
Yeah. And yeah, because the other thing is like Fox like totally fucked it. Put
Yeah.
out episodes out of order.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't an ending.
Yeah.
The last
Oh.
episode was literally, I think, like a one-off with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's just like, see ya.
Yep. Oh, there it goes forever.
forever.
And then he got the money to do the movie. And the movie, it's funny because I actually saw the movie first.
Me too.
Because it looked so good that I just like got my friends to go watch it because I was like, wow, what a fun sci-fi action movie. And then I went back and watched the show and I was like, wow. Now I gotta go back and watch the movie. Now I
Yeah.
gotta go back and watch the show.
And then we were hyped for Avengers, and it delivered.
yeah.
Because I was like, oh, Joss Whedon, he can do cast of characters.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it already.
Yeah, it's a great group of people to hang out with for 14 and a half hours or so. But yeah, and then, because of what we were just talking about, I'll move on. Let's get another Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
Yeah, I like that. I like that crew a lot. Neil Patrick Harris, hell yeah. Nathan Fillion, hell yeah. Joss Whedon, like just doing what he wants to do.
Right.
Hell yeah. Felicia Day, hell yeah. I'm all about it.
Yeah, dude, the songs are great in that whole thing. You don't
I'm
like
not a
it?
big fan. One, I'm not a big fan of musicals.
Me neither.
Definitely not. Two, I understand it was the writer's strike and it's like ultra low budget.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's just like in rooms talking.
Yes.
And I don't find it overtly funny. I don't find it funny enough to outweigh the boring of being in the rooms talking.
I don't know.
Like it's amusing. Some of the jokes are okay. Like the moist guy, I'm like, it's funny. And then it's like, okay, now they're just in a room talking.
I mean, I liked it because it built off that web series, The Guild, that Felicia Day did with the webcam vlog thing before that was ever a fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then just like I like the small, simple, tragic story.
Yeah.
And I think Neil Patrick Harris carries it pretty well.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think that Nathan Fillion is a great villain douchebag.
Yeah.
Like superhero, but he's bad kind of thing. I think he plays that character really well.
It's the only musical that I've listened to the soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't like musicals either.
Camelot? Sound
You
of
mean-
Music?
Shut
You don't
up.
listen to those soundtracks while you're driving?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Come on.
Yeah. All right. This is another kind of no-brainer. Power Rangers 2017. Give me a fucking sequel to
Give me that sequel.
Give
They
me a
set up
fucking
Tommy
sequel to that.
Oliver. Let me have him.
Because I feel like, the main problem with that movie that people didn't like it was like kind of boring because it was low budget. It was 90 million.
Yeah.
That's nothing for like an explosive thing. Also, the character design was fucking weird.
Right.
It was super weird. I don't really like it all that much. The Megazord looks whack as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't mind the suits as much because I've just kind of gotten used to it.
Right.
But they're still not great.
Yeah.
Power Rangers is the perfect film to completely change the art design.
Yeah.
Because they keep changing suits and shit.
Right.
So it's like they don't even have to like move into like a new season and just explain that like, oh yeah, it's upgrade. Like they could change the art design, not even fucking blink.
Yeah, no one would have a problem with it.
Yeah, and there's just so much there, and that fucking cast was so good together.
Yeah, I think
they
the cast
had
was
great
really good.
chemistry, and they were all like basically unknowns.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of like, because of that fucking movie.
Yeah.
You got the Pink Ranger is Jasmine and fucking Aladdin.
Yeah.
You have Red Rangers and Stranger Things. Ludi Lin, the Black Ranger, is gonna be fucking Liu Kang in the new Mortal Kombat movie.
That's a new Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
I hope it's really cheesy and shitty like the old ones. They're gonna do the thing where they won't lean into it.
How Jack's man is at our podcast meeting.
Oh yeah,
and I
you did.
kept showing you guys pictures.
Yeah.
You kept showing us a shirtless man.
Yeah.
Man,
That
they're
was
just.
Jack's.
I think that's not going to do well because I bet they're not going to lean into how ridiculous it is.
They might.
They're going to try to.
Make it gritty.
Yeah, I mean they might do the right thing, but they're going to try to make it like it's a real intense sci-fi movie, Mortal Kombat. It's just going to be like, boo! This is we see 1,000 of these a year. Who the fuck cares?
But yeah, Power Rangers. Like I thought I was gonna hate Bill Hader as Alpha.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryan Cranston as Zordon was dope. He was like a weird, mean Zordon.
Yeah.
He was just like kind of a dick, and it's just like, all right. And then Elizabeth Banks was just like hamming it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it was just like, cool. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's get rid of the product placement, though. Let's get some real money behind it and not have to put a fucking Dunkin' Donuts
I
in
like the Krispy Kreme bit because it was comical in the plot. Where
Yeah.
it's just like, it's at this location, which happens to be a Krispy Kreme.
Right.
I like that because it was just kind of goofy. Because
Yeah.
Power Rangers is goofy.
It wasn't nearly as bad as Brad Pitt sipping that Pepsi at the end of World War Z.
Yeah, or-
That's the worst product placement I've ever seen in a movie.
It was so distracting.
Yeah, like, I've just defeated all these zombies. Let me stop and take a sip of this delicious Pepsi product.
So
like
I got
a commercial, like from like fucking Profile.
Yeah. It was just like basically it just cut to a dark room and a glowing Pepsi.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
you could barely even see Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It's just like,
This is
is
fucking
this an ad?
Yeah,
like,
this commercial
did
for
it
like
cut
the
to commercial
Japanese
break?
audience or something. Like, come on.
I got one more that there's like no hope unless it's like a hard reboot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a couple that like are still kind of in flux.
Okay.
So the one that has no chance and no chance of being what I would want it to be, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that one up too. That would be
Is
so
there a
tight.
second book?
There's
like
6 books.
There's 6 books,
Oh.
yeah, and 3 of them are good.
Yeah.
Once after that, it starts to really go up its own ass.
Yeah, it starts to get
Because
totally
Hitchhiker's
out
Guide to the
there.
Galaxy is my favorite book.
It's real good.
I read it, once every year or two. Like I just go back to it because it's my kind of humor. I think it's really smart. I think it's really like the characters are really great, and I think the movie did a good job.
Yeah,
of,
I thought it was a great adaptation.
Yeah.
Like there were only a couple major things that they left out. I can't remember that now, but I read the first book in high school, and yeah, that fucking cast, dude.
yeah. Martin Freeman, Mos Def, Zoe Deschanel, Sam Rockwell,
Hell yeah.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman. That would
Yeah.
suck because he was great as the robot.
Yeah, sad robot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like weird, but it's still kind of like just kind of moved along and
Yeah.
and
No,
everything like that. And it was kind of my first introduction to British humor.
Sure.
Because it was like very like kind of dry and
Mhm.
weird and stuff like that. And yeah, it'd be dope. It could be it would have been like so strange, but it's just like carried by that cast that works so well together.
It's something I could see being a limited series
Yeah.
on HBO or BBC or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, throw it on Netflix.
Yeah. No, I'd
It's just so like late 90s, early 2000s, like the big costumes and
Yeah.
the goofiness, and it's
Yeah.
just not flying right now.
Right.
Unless I mean, I don't know, like Netflix brought back like the Dark Crystal and like did puppets and shit, so maybe something like that.
And they fixed. I was gonna have it on my list, like just because I like looked at a list to like jog my memory of just like what I wanted. I mean, Netflix fixed Series of Unfortunate Events.
yeah, they did.
Like I would have liked to see that thing continued just because I love those books so much, but I also didn't really like that movie that much.
The Jim Carrey movie.
The Jim Carrey movie?
I like
Yeah,
it.
I didn't like it that
liked
much.
the show better because it was straight up the books.
Yeah.
It got, and the set design was amazing.
I like the kids a lot more in the show.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like Jim Carrey. I mean, I like Neil Patrick Harris. He was definitely darker, but I like Jim Carrey's approach too. Like, I wish I could have both of them. You know what I mean?
Also, the show had Patrick Warburton as Lemony Snicket.
Yeah,
Which was
better
like,
than
fuck
Jude
yeah,
Law.
Fuck yeah. Oh, it was Jude Law. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was Jude Law in the movie.
Oh man! So go back and watch the movies. The first Jim Carrey movie, the deleted scenes.
Oh yeah.
They are so fucking funny. At least they were when I was like 15 or whatever.
No, I think they still hold up.
But yeah, there's a great scene where the one lady who talks like this in all the movies, like the blonde-haired lady.
Yeah.
She's like helping the kids get ready for the play behind the stage, and she's like, "You kids be lucky. You actually get to be in the play sometimes. You're just like." You know, you're not like a character. You're like just like the tree, and you just have to stand there on stage. And sometimes you're not even the tree. You're the dirt that's under the tree, and they just throw a brown blanket over you. And she's like combing their hair while she's like saying this. It's so funny. I'm like, why did they leave this out? This is better than the shit that's in the movie.
Let's just hope that Netflix can also just bring us that good live adaptation of Avatar, baby.
Yes,
I'm desperate for it. I need it. I'm almost done with I'm rewatching the cartoon, and I'm almost done with it, and I need it.
And then do that first season of Korra.
Yeah, and then stop.
Yeah.
Maybe the second one. Do the second one. It's the ending is disappointing, but like the middle's pretty good.
I got one out of left field for you guys.
Okay.
But I think this really needed a sequel. It's been too long now. I don't think it ever will happen. Dread
Yeah,
with
I
Carl
mean,
Urban.
that was a
they
dope
did it.
movie.
It was called
The Raid.
The Raid 2. They did The Raid 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because the Raid and Dread were basically the same thing, where they were just going up a building,
And it's just so
taking people
simple. It's
out.
just like, just make that cool, and
Yeah.
people will buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I did both times.
Yeah, I loved both. I think we can have both because
Yeah.
I also liked the Raid 2. I think the first one was better because it's more streamlined.
Way better.
But I still like. There's a lot of good fights in 2. It just got really complicated.
Yeah, it kind of got up its own ass for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, Dread. It was just like, I mean, Carl Urban fucking nailed it.
Yeah,
Like,
he was great,
You
man.
didn't even know it was him, but he
Yeah.
had the jaw for it. So it was just like, hell yeah.
Yeah, he had the gravelly voice. Definitely better than Stallone, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that movie was great. I would love to see that character do more things.
Yeah. I forgot one I had on my list that is probably never going to happen. I want a fucking sequel to Tron Legacy.
Fuck you. Who cares? I don't know why you're so in on Tron, man.
It looks
fine.
cool. Because it looks cool, and it's just kind of interesting. Like, I like tech and stuff, so it's
Yeah.
like going into a virtual world that looks aesthetically pleasing. Like, it was pretty cool. I thought Tron Legacy was fine. It wasn't great by any means. I like Garrett Hedlund. I liked Olivia Wilde, Jeff Bridges. I feel like it could have been better, less like Neo-y.
Yeah, I just remember they touted that so hard. Like, Tron is returning. Like, anyone really gave a shit about the first Tron movie.
They put a bunch of money into it, and there was one like in the works.
Yeah.
That just kind of fell out because it just didn't do that well. But I
Right.
was just like, man, fucking light bikes and like the little disc wars and like all that kind of stuff. And they played with really interesting stuff in Tron Legacy of like the human nature and whatnot, like what that means and can you create it and like all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, just give me some like Matrix shit with really cool lights.
Right.
Like, it's not like I'm desperate for it. It just would have been cool.
Here's one for you guys.
Cheers.
I don't think it could exist in this time anymore, but I'd love it if it happened. Team America, World Police.
This time is probably the best time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it might be.
It might be.
Because, I mean, there was a lot of outrage over it the first time, but it was also like 2004, so we didn't really care that much about it.
And guess what happened with that outrage? Didn't amount to anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, I know that they said they'd never do puppets again because it was so hard to do it and so like frustratingly like complex and
Yeah, but they
like,
also said
intricate.
they'd never make a video game again.
Right.
And then they made Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, those guys, it's a love-hate because they're so great, but they're so fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Watching, like, what is it, 6 Days to Air, and
Yeah.
seeing Trey just be like, I have to write 2 pages of dialogue.
Fuck.
I'm not going to do it. And you're just, like, just sitting in his desk and staring at the wall. And it's like, bro, I get it. We've all been there with shit we don't want to do, but fuck, man.
I imagine it's hard to retread. Like, you write 2 pages of dialogue, and it could easily be ripped out of 4 seasons, 5, 10
Right.
seasons
and
ago.
that's what it is sometimes,
Yeah.
a lot of times, which is like, yeah, it's frustrating. You'll be a whole season of South Park that's like, and then they'll like come back with the next season and like hit you with a couple bits of gold, and it's like, oh, here we go,
They're back.
and then it's like, and then just,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hit or miss now. That's why, like, I thought about it. I was like, would I rather see another South Park movie, like a musical again, or a Team America? And it would probably be Team America.
Yeah.
Because they've done some, like, South Park movies. They did, like, Imagination Land. They did Coon and Friends. Those are basically
those are-
movies
yeah,
that they
those are
just chopped
movies.
up into 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, Team America, like, I almost just totally forget about that movie, but I remember, like, I don't really quote it anymore.
Right.
Except for America.
Yeah. And Matt Damon.
And every once in a while, I hit somebody with a Freedom Cost a $1.05.
Yeah.
The
The songs in that movie are fire.
God, now it's just coming back
man.
to me. It's like Pearl Harbor sucks.
Yeah, dude, the
And
songs in
I
that.
miss you.
Yeah, that's what I'd want it for. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure, the social commentary's there and the puppet jokes were fun, but those songs were just so good.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see something like that again from them.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like they can just take what they kind of learned and maybe not just go at it so kind of willy nilly and
Yeah.
understand like puppets a little bit better. But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I got 2 that could still happen.
Okay.
Probably won't. One probably won't. One might. One I know like they did some stuff like with the Oscars. I didn't really look into it, but Alita Battle Angel. Did you guys see that movie?
No, I never saw it.
Nope.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, especially for being a like high profile animated live action, I think they kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
It was just really cool visuals. Definitely, and it's just weird that I think James Cameron should have just directed it
yeah.
and not had Robert Rodriguez do it because all the marketing is James Cameron.
Right.
But he didn't, he probably didn't just throw some money at it and be like, all right, you got it, Robert, go for it. I think it was pretty good. And it set up like a sequel,
Right.
and it's just probably not going to happen because it didn't do gangbusters.
Right.
But man, I thought it was pretty damn good. Like, yeah, she has big eyes. Fuck you. Okay. Like, fine.
I remember that. It's funny because in my memory, that movie is tied to Captain Marvel because all of the like fucking troll dudes were mad at Brie Larson, so they were like, "Don't go see Captain Marvel, see Alita Battle Angel. That's a real feminist movie. Fuck this girl telling us what to watch and what we can't watch." And I was like, "Get out of here! I'm a Marvel boy for life." Captain Marvel wasn't very good,
Yeah,
but
it
I think it just suffered from lack of vision.
I think the directors were definitely the problem in that movie. I think Brie Larson's fine in both ways. She was fine in the movie, and I think she's pretty attractive. So,
I loved her in 21 Jump Street.
yeah. And you know what?
Scott
She-
Pilgrim? I don't think that needs a sequel necessarily,
no.
but it would have been. I would want to exist in that world more. I just
Yeah.
think that movie just did such a good job of doing it
Yeah.
that I'm fine with it.
No, that's a movie I would leave alone
Yeah.
forever, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I've got one.
Okay.
And you boys, I would bet all my money that neither of you have seen these movies. So there was a third movie in a trilogy that was supposed to come out and never did. And they still have time, but it's not going to happen. Conan the Barbarian.
Are you talking another
Oh,
Jason
OG.
Momoa one?
No, fuck Jason Momoa. Well, he's a great guy, but fuck that movie. And that's where they fucked up, is that they originally were going to do a third one, right?
Okay.
That got shelved,
Yeah.
but it was like pretty fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were going to do it when the Jason Momoa movie came out, and they were like, "Oh, Arnold's older now. We can do it because that's the story. It's like him as an old like king." And then they were like, "You know what? Let's just give it to Jason Momoa instead. Let's just rewrite it and make it like shitty and gritty."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Arnold's over here doing Dark Fate. Fuck it.
right. And then now there's still talks. It's like still floating around, but it's just probably never gonna happen. And I think it would be great with him super old.
Yeah.
If they played to that, like he's old. He's
I mean,
not gonna do
that
shit.
is kind of a trend now where they do a sequel to a movie from a previous in the franchise. Like Halloween. Halloween did it and is doing a sequel to that movie.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre tried to do that
Yeah.
a long time ago. I mean, Terminator.
Right.
It's a sequel to 2.
They've cut up their own timeline so hard. It's like, okay, that one didn't work. Let's branch to another timeline.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the original timeline. Fuck it.
But yeah, I got one that like might still happen, and I think should give me a sequel to Mad Max.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Give it.
I was about to say that.
Give it.
Fury Road.
Yeah,
Yep.
give it to me.
Gimme.
Too bad old Georgie was like, never again.
Yeah. It's like that sucked being out in that desert.
Yeah, I just like because almost nothing happened in Fury Road.
Right.
Made it so good.
They drove and then drove right back.
And it was fucking awesome
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
That's what I think. We want a sequel, but I think it would just ruin it. Much like Road Warrior is a great movie, but Thunderdome is fun, but it's not a great movie.
Yeah, it's definitely not a great
It's
movie.
it's because it's like once they want to do more, like okay, well let's do more. What if there's a town and like what if it's run and like what if adding layers?
Yeah.
And then it was just like ah. I mean, also. It definitely took a turn of like Road Warrior was very like straightforward and gritty, or at least like 80s gritty, and then Thunderdome was like, let's be goofy, like
Yeah.
it's almost the 90s. Here we go.
We're about to get goofy.
I just want another 2 hours of fucking adrenaline like jacked into my veins. Like that was just so awesome and kind of over the top without being that goofy.
Right.
Like the fucking in the caravan you had the dude with the mask with the double fucking flame guitar and you're like, yes,
That's the kind of future mutants I want to see. Fuck yeah.
yeah, it was like it embraced the goofiness so hard it was no longer goofy.
what was Furiosa's line at the end that was so Batman?
I'm Furiosa about this situation.
I almost want to say she said like witness me when she fucking ripped out his like the bad guy's like thing. She said something and I was just like, oh my god.
She said, check this out, me hearties.
Yeah. And that's where the product placement was.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
His heart was just a Hardee's burger.
Thick boy. She started washing the car, and,
Yeah.
but with the burger,
Yeah.
it got weird. Yeah, I don't know. They would have to. You just want that car chase sequence again, basically, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
then how do they do it different? They can't. I don't know how they'd go bigger. They had those fucking.
Dudes on like stilts and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
they just did everything. So I don't know how you go. You can't really go bigger, and then it has to be. I guess it doesn't have to be different. Movies are always like it has to be different. Like sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Just do it again.
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, that's kind of like Mad Max, where it's just like since there isn't a ton of like necessarily like iconic moments,
Yeah.
where it's just all kind of like dope,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it again and just do different dope stuff.
Right.
Just,
you know,
yeah, the plot is just it's
Yeah,
nothing.
give Tom Hardy 4 more lines and just do the movie again.
I know, and he signed up. It was like a 4 or 5 movie contract. I know that's regular for movies that probably never get sequels. But
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was real pumped, so jacked. I remember the trailers looked terrible,
Yeah.
and I just like went and saw it on a whim. I was like, "This is the greatest movie of all time!" Oh, yeah, sequels. And then there was the interviews with Georgie afterwards when the Oscars were coming out. And they're
Yeah.
like, fuck, dude, you got nominated for a fuck ton of Oscars. He was like, I don't give a shit. I'm done.
I'm
I'm
fucking
hot.
tired. Yeah.
I'm going to go make Babe 3.
Happy Feet 2.
Fuck it.
It's either these post-apocalyptic fucking awesome car chases or dumb animal movies.
I don't know. Happy Feet gets weird. The third act
I don't
feels like
remember.
you're on drugs.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
Like, yeah, it's not like that. There's like colors and craziness. It just feels kind of depressing
Yeah.
and just like, where is this going? And like, it's kind of dragging. And now he's like in a zoo. Like, what the fuck? It's so far removed from the beginning of the movie, with just like the singing and the dancing.
yeah, just the tap dancing penguin.
Right. And
Tap
it's like,
dancing Elijah
what
Wood.
the fuck?
What?
Faculty 2?
I would fuck with the Faculty too, for sure.
Oh my
Does that
god.
have
Josh-
Josh Hartnett in it?
Yeah, Josh Hartnett's
I
at
don't
his
want it.
job, and his job gets taken over by aliens,
I don't
and he
want
has
it.
to hit people with drugs. Man, that is a movie I didn't realize was great for a really long time.
Yeah.
I fuck with the Faculty. It's a great horror alien movie for sure.
I can't do Josh Hartnett's face. I don't know what it is. Like, I just want to punch it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's one for you guys. It's a little different. I want them to make that fucking Community movie. I'm desperate for it.
With everyone but Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Oh well, he died in the show. They killed him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Whoa.
They killed his character in the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was like
dude.
season 5, I think.
Was that the Yahoo streaming season?
No, that was season 6.
Oh,
that was
okay.
just a weird season. It has some gems in it.
Yeah.
But Community, I love it so much. I think it's like up there. I don't think it gets the praise it deserves. It's one of the smartest shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In terms of like how the comedy works, I think it's got like a great cast, and I just don't think it's included enough in the like Friends and Office and Parks and Rec like conversation.
Yeah.
Community is so great.
Because it went on too long is part of it.
Yeah.
Don't they all?
I would say that the first
Well,
2, maybe 3 seasons of Community.
The first 3 seasons
yeah, the first
are great.
3 seasons.
For sure. 4 is not great. 5 is good. 6 is weird.
Yeah, I don't think I finished 6, but yeah, that again, like just those cast of characters, man.
Yeah, I want to.
It was
Yeah,
so
They
good.
just can't get Donald Glover nailed down is the problem.
Yeah.
Like he's just so busy doing stuff that I don't want him to do.
Yeah,
I want him to do the Community movie so hard.
Yeah, because it's like it does like the perfect like maybe not perfect, but a really good blend of like being meta and understanding the sitcom kind of
Tropes
stuff and
yeah.
and having to reuse stuff and redo stuff and whatnot. And yeah, it was
Yeah,
just,
they're just really good at Dan Harmon's just really good at satirizing genres and stuff. It's just really smart TV, and I hope that there's a movie one day.
yeah,
Doesn't need Chevy Chase. It
Not at
needs
all.
the rest of them, for sure.
Well, yeah, Community's great, but you got to pay homage to the OG. You know what I wish just had a little bit more?
What's that?
Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
I
never
understand-
watched Seinfeld.
same.
Sorry.
Damn. Well, I understand that it went out on top. Like both Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld were like, "It's perfect. Time to leave."
Yeah.
Like, we're outie. We don't want to run this into the ground. Like, I get that, but it's a show where a lot of people say, like, with Community and The Simpsons and stuff, like the first couple seasons are the best, and then it goes off the rails. Whereas Seinfeld was pretty muted in the first couple seasons, and it definitely peaked by like the last 2 seasons. Where
Yeah, that's
it
a rare
maybe could have
occurrence.
continued to peak. I don't know
Yeah.
for how long, but it just like really hit its stride. And kind of the zaniness like set it apart from something like Friends,
Yeah.
where it's just like, oh, in Friends it's like, oh, somebody caught me smooching, where in Seinfeld it's like some crazy shit's happening, and man, it went out on a bang because the last 2 episodes was a 2-parter because you boys haven't seen it. And like every side character that's ever been in the show, they're on trial for
Yeah.
4 of them, and every side character is a witness, and they kind of like show clips from the old, and they go back through it, but still, I don't know. It was just like, it's just gold. The last couple seasons are so good. Like every episode is so good and so unique.
Yeah, that's a really rare occurrence.
Yeah.
For it to just kind of go up and up and up, because like if you look at any good like television show, mostly sitcoms or comedies, season like 3 is always 2 or 3 is always like the best.
Right.
It's usually about there because you know the characters and they still have a bunch of fresh ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's before they become caricatures.
Right.
Office is probably the most guilty of that.
Yeah, season 3, like 2, 3, and 4 are like boom, prime time.
Yeah.
Greatest seasons. Same with Community, like 2 and 3 are great. Just like Parks and Rec, like I think it kicks in when like Adam Scott and Rob Lowe show up. And I think it kind of that kind of went up all the way.
Yeah,
I don't know if it got
definitely
better,
got
and better and better, but it definitely like was the first season shit. Let's be honest, it kind of sucks. The characters are all bad, and then they fixed all the characters in season 2 and made them more likable and funnier. And then it just kind of like boom. I thought it stayed consistent for the last like 3 or 4 seasons. I don't think it got like crazy better. I think they just nailed it for several seasons. I
got one that's kind of weird because it's not really a sequel, but it is something that I want more. I wish How I Met Your Mother, the last season, was split between what the whole season was, which was the wedding, like hour by hour, 24 style, which even watching it, like binging it, doesn't flow like you're doing that. It's just more at the wedding venue.
Yeah.
I wish that would have been the first half of the season was the wedding and the second half was the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I think that's what sucked so hard about the ending of How I Met Your Mother was that it was like 40 minutes, basically,
to wrap it up.
To wrap up 10 years or something. Yeah. It was just like, God damn it.
They just
like,
leaned too hard on that excuse of like, it wasn't about the mother at all.
I'm kind of fine with that. It was the fact that happened in 20 minutes.
Right.
That's what pissed me off. Because, yes, the show is about Ted and Robin.
Right.
But it shot itself in the foot with the premise of This Is How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like if that would have been drawn out over 10 episodes instead of 2,
right,
it would have played out a lot better.
Sure.
Because I love that show so much. For a while, it rivaled like Friends in like,
Yeah, I think in the middle seasons, it's
sitcom.
After a few seasons, you're like, man, I'm so tired of Neil Patrick Harris
doing the shtick.
Like it worked when I was watching it, but like rewatching it, I'm just like, I fucking get it, man.
But at the same time, that's why I like his arc near the end.
Sure.
Where they start to humanize him and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then they shoved a bunch of his stuff in those last episodes where it's like, he becomes a father, like,
out of nowhere, and he's just like, no, this is me. Accept me for me. I'm gonna go back to the shtick, and it's just like,
yeah.
And it would have been better if it was a slow descent back instead of 2 lines.
Right.
Just like, fuck.
Yeah.
But that was also because Jason Segel was done.
Yeah.
He was so done with that show by the end.
Yeah, he's like, I'm doing the Muppets. Fuck you guys.
This is going to take off. They're going to do like 20 Muppet sequels.
And then he wasn't in the next one.
Yeah, and then he bailed.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Has he been in anything lately?
No. He's got like a show right now that's like about to come out. It might be on Apple. I don't know.
Ooh, yikes.
It's on one of the extraneous ones.
Ooh, speaking of, real quick, sitcoms that have peaked and should be dead.
Okay.
Always Sunny.
Yeah, you think it should be dead by now?
I love that show, and I forgot that there was like 2 seasons, like the past 2 seasons I haven't seen, and I remembered. I was like, oh shit, and I went and got them. So excited, so pumped, and man, they don't give a flying fuck, and it's not in a good way where it's like, man, yeah, they're being edgy. It's like they don't want to be there, and it's always been improv, but some of these newest episodes are so incredibly cringy. Them like trying to force improv. It felt like they did it on their first take, like they hadn't seen each other in weeks, and they're just like, "What are we talking about?" okay, just roll the camera. Like it was like, oh,
Rob
my
McElhenney's got his
God.
new Apple show or whatever.
Yeah, he's got an Apple show
Right,
too.
like they all want to be done. It's the money that's keeping them there.
Yeah.
because they've consistently been able to raise their pay.
Yeah.
But
Charlie Day's trying to launch Pacific Rim 3,
they did.
Is he really?
no,
Should
I
give
don't-
up on that. Okay.
No, but they like the second episode of the new season was they just did the Wade Boggs thing again in the plane.
Oh, really?
But it was all the women characters, and that they were, which is fine. It's not that it was the women characters. It was like
retreading.
right, but that was the joke the whole time. It was like, we're doing it again. We're doing Wade Boggs again, and they just like kept repeating that, and it was so it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough, and it looks like between whatever season 12 to 13 or whatever that was, they all look like they've also like aged like 6 years. Like they just look so done.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I couldn't even make it through that whole season. I stopped halfway through, and then I was like, and there's another one that I had the
Another
next
one.
season, and I was like, there's a whole. Oh my god. Oh my god. This needs to be done.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, it's been good talking about all of the things that we wish would exist, but, we don't have that kind of power.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer, come back.
Emil Hirsch, come back.
I got a legion of people ready for Firefly Part 2. They're ready to bring the show back. They're ready to bring the movies back.
Oh yeah.
Every comic convention has, a ton of people dressed as Malcolm Reynolds.
Yeah, but also, we all saw Justice League and what Joss Whedon did.
To Zack
We know what
Snyder's
you did.
vision.
We also saw Age of Ultron, and we saw
Hashtag
how
release the Snyder Cut.
regular it was.
You could tell how much he fought the studio.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been fun talking about things that we'll never have, and it's just made me sad, actually, now that I think about it. Why don't they make the things I want them to make? I'm a white man.
How many seasons of Young Sheldon do you think there are going to be?
6.
In the movie?
They could be on 4 by
16.
now. I don't know. Yeah,
Oh,
bleed that thing dry. Get all the money out of it. Yes. If you'd like to hear more episodes of Very Real Talk, us talking real to you, you can go to our website. That's vrtcast.com. Everything's there. Joey did a great job making it. I love praising his work because that shit's hard. Making your website is harder than it seems. Squarespace
Right.
is like, we got you. It's nothing. It's something.
I'm not a graphic designer.
Yeah, and they're like, you don't have to be. And you're like, you fucking do, though.
Well, go to that website and you'll not see a sequel, but you'll see prequels.
Prequels.
And maybe if this is in the future for you, you will see sequels.
Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and click on all of those at once?
Simultaneously, and then, just put our voices on top of each other. We need those listens. We need them numbies. You know what I mean? Get us higher on the charts.
Guys, let's get a prequel for Solo,
Okay.
They just go the other way.
Yeah, there's like, fuck it. Baby Star Wars. Give me that.
Oh, nice. They got to find out how he got his name Han. How did you get it? Was it a guy?
They
who
got to
just told
figure
you?
out how he got his face.
Also at our website is our other podcast. That's called Very Real Tournament. It's a comedy battle cast that pits 2 very real opponents against each other in a very real fight. That's us plus our friend Corey Music doing that. Season 5 is coming out next month. So just, go back
Holler.
and listen to the backlog.
Yeah.
And then listen to the backlog of this. And then just give us those numbers. I want them. Also, you can find us on all the podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Overcast, CastBox. Go check us out. Like, subscribe, rate, review. We need the numbers. I'll say it again. We need,
We need
them
that
all.
dopamine hit of those
Yeah.
numbers going up. you
Yeah,
know?
wanna see
I
it.
love it.
I want to see it.
Yeah, Collin needs it. Also, if you can like and subscribe or whatever, but if you want to praise us in like a big long paragraph, you can send us an email at vrtcast@gmail.com. You can also go over to all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check out Very Real Podcast for any updates, any conversations you want to have with us. Tell us movies that you'd like to have sequels or anything we were wrong about. Like, no, Speed Racer's a perfect movie, and we wanted to exist in that just one place. Joey will fight you. He'll give you his address. You come to his house. He'll fist fight you.
You have to speed race over to his address.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to car fight.
And he knows you're just a nanja.
Fuck yeah.
And guess what? You wreck his one Honda Element, he's got another one.
He's got a backup, and he'll get you with that one. Also, I want to take a quick moment to shout out The Thumps as a great band. One of the best. Queen level band. Am I saying too much? Am I pumping?
No.
Really aggro about it. Just like, I just want to tell you about the Thumps.
I want their numbers to go up too. If you want to push their numbers up, check them out on Spotify or go to their Bandcamp, thethumps.bandcamp.com. All their music's there, including some of the music that we use for our podcast in a more full version.
Yeah.
So, we play like 2 seconds of one of them, and it's great.
Thank you.
But there's even more to it. There's a sequel to that clip. It's the rest of the song. Also, you can go to their Facebook, like them on their Facebook. You can see what they're doing, where they're playing. All of their info is there. All right, guys, let's get out of here so I can go write Joss Whedon and tell him to make me some more Spider-Man movies.
Perfect.
And
What if they teamed up? Joss and Sam.
Okay.
Just doing it.
weird visuals and quippy dialogue.
Hey, I'm in. Pizza
Yeah.
time.
Oh, boy. All right, guys, let's get out of here. We'll see you all next week. I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
I'm something of a Collin sage myself.
It's been real. It's been fun. Pootie Tang 2, don't at me.